Hello everybody, welcome back to Just JP. Thank you as always for being here. I hope that you're doing well. Hope that you're having a good night, a good day. Today we're listening to, how do you pronounce that? Arzachel. No, Arzachel. We're listening to the first two tracks off of their album of the same name. This would be Garden of Earthly Delights and then Azathoth. We're listening to this because one, it's egg related, and I've enjoyed what I've heard of the band Egg, and also the actual title Garden of Earthly Delights is just a really cool title because of course it's referencing the very famous painting by the guy whose name that starts with the B, and I can't remember his name right now, but you guys know who I'm talking about. Just to slice out a bit of time, thank you so much for being here, for watching the videos. I hope that you've enjoyed all the recent choices, all the music that we've been doing. I try to have a nice variety. I try to have a nice spread, so that everyone can come to the table at some point and enjoy whatever dish is served. You may not like what's served every night, but as always, and like I say, I try to spread out enough variety that, there's something you might look forward to. There's a big old ant just crawling in here. That's a big ant. That's a really big ant. Hold on. Let me see if I can move the camera and you guys can see. That's a big ant that just came in here. Just strolling in. He just walked over. Hold on. Look at this. Hold on. This is going to be really weird. Moving the camera. He's moving. He's running. Oh, I'm hitting everything. Hold on. Can you see him yet? He's right. Look at that big old ant. That's an ant. Oh my god. That's a big old ant. That thing's huge. Oh, it's coming for me. Oh no. Let's go ahead and do this. This is Arzachel with Garden of Earthly Delights and Azathoth. Azathoth? We'll find out.
Such grace that all
That was interesting. I think that was a really interesting listen. Dave Stewart on the organ. He's gonna be the one I'm gonna mention and talk about like first and foremost because he is kind of like my main attraction for wanting to listen to this. I really like what Dave Stewart does and his work that I've heard so far. This is no different, especially in the beginning of Azathoth. Listen to the smooth intro. Church-like, choir-like, hymn-like. Sets you up, right? But then listen to the beat. I think who's on the drums? That's Clive Brooks on the drums. Look how he comes in with this beat, though. And maybe this is just catering to the modern hip-hop or whatever in me. Oh, I love this. This is my favorite part of these two tracks. This jam, I can listen to. Oh, yeah. And then even when Steve Hillage comes in, singing on top of this, it's a kind of wavy and cosmic hymn that sounds psychedelic and spacey. It kind of puts me in the sea, and I don't know why, but the imagery that I get from this is I'm watching the waves crashing upon these giant cliffs, just back and forth, and the music just puts me like underwater, just watching this happen. It's smooth, and it's a repetitive motion, and yet there's something crashing about it. You really get the crash as the music descends into dissonance over here. I don't know what's going on here. This kind of sounds like a broken clock. And I don't know why. Or a broken alarm. It has that kind of sound to it. Got some extra percussion back. There were some vocals going on here as well. And on the lyrics for that part, it just says faint Latin incantations. So I'm not quite sure what's being incanted upon, but you get something in there. And then, I don't know if I can find the exact moment, but it's really nice how the bass, which I believe is played by Monk Campbell. Yeah, Monk Campbell. And how that leads out of the dissonance. Let me see if I can find the exact moment. Because it actually takes us out of this moment back into this. That's really good. That's really cool. And then moving back to Garden of Earthly Delights, this whole track is just a solid opener. But what I really liked about it, besides the organ, is the ending. Steve Hillage on guitar. His soloing here amongst this airy mystery of tone is so cool. It's almost like lightning flashes in the night, is what I see here. This is just such a cool and powerful climax to the track. The constant beats, just like thunderous. This really feels like a track that has a perfect beginning. Perfect beginning, a great middle, and a nice end. And speaking of intros and beginnings, this kind of sounds like a hazier Caravan. Right? A little bit like a hazy Caravan. Honestly, something hypnotic as well in the delivery here of the vocals. But this smooth transition as we begin to move into that later half. Oh, that's great. Yeah, the guitar breaks it all up. That's fantastic. That's really good. I really enjoyed those two songs. Let's go ahead and talk about the lyrics on this one, starting with Garden. And would you see my lady's face? It is a flowery garden place, where knots of beauty have such grace that all is work and nowhere space. It is a sweet, delicious morn, where day is breeding never born. It is a meadow yet unshorn, which thousand flowers do adorn. He's just very poetically describing his lady's face, as he says. It is the heaven's bright reflex, weak eyes to dazzle and to vex. It is the idea of her sex, whose envy does the world perplex. It is a sweet, delicious morn, where day is breeding never born. It is a meadow yet unshorn, which a thousand flowers do adorn. Just very poetically describing his lady and her beauty. Let's move into the second song, Azathoth, which let's go ahead and do a little Google search and see, because that sounds like a god or something. Apparently Azathoth, sometimes called the blind idiot god, the nuclear chaos, the demon sultan, the deep, dark, and the cold one. Isn't that just a beer? I guess is an outer god. in H.P. Lovecraft. Okay, so this is relating to H.P. Lovecraft. Okay, because I did not know what that was. Mindless demon ruling in absolute chaos, human minds cannot believe. Fractured rainbows circling deep in the darkness, bright red trails of pain. Azathoth, the mighty, center of confusion, ruler of the dead beneath the sea of clouds. And then it ends, weeping, gnashing, falling in utter confusion. Fire and chaos thrive. So, from what I can understand, just briefly reading about this guy, this thing, Azathoth, it's just describing him. He is the ruler of the outer gods and may be seen as a symbol for primordial chaos. Okay. And I'm looking at a picture, I guess, of Azathoth. That's just weird. I don't even know what I'm looking at here. Call Cthulhu, because I don't know what this is. Anyways, I thought these were two really fun songs to listen to, but I would love to know what you guys thought. You can let me know in the comments below. You can blah, 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 blah. Follow me here, follow me there. Hope that you come back tomorrow. Hope that you enjoyed the music. And have a great night, guys. Bye.